What did you think was great that ended up being horrible? Growing up, I thought I had a superpower. I could fall asleep at a moment's notice and stay asleep. When other people talked about having trouble sleeping, I had no idea what they were talking about. How could sleeping be hard? On Boy Scout trips, I'd be the only kid waking up after a good night's sleep. I could lie down straight on the ground and fall asleep and stay asleep through the whole night. My family would make fun of me for falling asleep in school and during boring movies, but really they were jealous of me, since my mom has terrible insomnia. But what could I say? Sleep was just natural. When I was really little, I thought maybe I was actually a superhero. Sleep man. I'd tell my friends about my magical ability to fall asleep whenever I wanted, but they wouldn't believe me until I showed them. I could just close my eyes sitting up and bam, asleep. There was only one part of my superpower that wasn't so great. Even though I could sleep whenever I wanted, and I obviously got a great night's sleep every night, I was always tired. But I figured that was just because I knew how great sleep was, so of course my body wanted more of it. Why would I sit and watch a TV show or do my homework or listen to a boring conversation when instead I could just go to sleep? But when I was 17, everything changed. I just got my license and I was driving home from school when I started feeling really sleepy. I started kind of daydreaming about the amazing nap I could have as soon as I got home and lay down on the couch. And then the next thing I knew, I was waking up with the front of my car smashed against the car in front of me, my arms bleeding and my whole body throbbing in pain. I was horrified. I always knew I could fall asleep in a second, but I'd always been able to control it. The worst part was that there was a little girl in the car in front of me, and she was seriously injured. After the paramedics checked me over, I had to contend with a whole investigation with doctors and the police to determine why I'd fallen asleep driving. They wanted to make sure I wasn't driving recklessly or drunk or something, but I wasn't. That's when the doctors figured out what had been going on my whole life and dropped a hammer on me. I didn't have a superpower. I had narcolepsy because I had an undiagnosed medical condition. I didn't get in trouble for the accident, but I have to live with the fact that I'm the reason a little girl is in a wheelchair for the rest of her life. And of course, they immediately revoked my license. It's not safe for me to drive because there's no telling when I'll fall asleep. There are jobs I can't work because it's not safe for anyone to have to rely on me to operate a machine or do really anything at a specific time. I always wanted to be a teacher, but I can't risk falling asleep and leaving a room full of kids unattended. This gift I thought was so great ended up ruining my life and an innocent kid's.